So the other day I was doing something kind of silly. I was writing a Google Doc I was writing a Google Doc that was basically a thank you note to a lot of the people who had wronged me in my life. A thank you note for all of the things they had done that had encouraged me to pick myself up, all the things they had done that had encouraged me to learn from it and learn what not to be and learn how I could be better to others, amongst other things. Sorry, something's in my throat. I might have to clear it a bit while I'm making this video, but I had written a particular one to somebody who had been in my life for 5-6 years, somebody who I'd really wanted. I'm so sorry, guys. I had really wanted this person for several years, and they've recently left my life, which is interesting. I'm not hurt or quite hung up over it, but I was thinking earlier today about how philosophy and sometimes art sometimes coincide, and things can take a poetic twist. So that had really gotten my thoughts going, and I was like, hey, I wrote this the other day, maybe I can speak on that. Maybe I can help people through my experience through this person. And I want to say I put this person on a pedestal for so many years. There was a delusion surrounding who they were to me in my mind, and they were like some sort of evading fantasy, some sort of siren, if you will, in my life. And I'd never ignore my cat Juniper, she's running and stuff. I lost my train of thought. I never actually ended up with them or anything like that. And yeah, a delusion had surrounded them. They were like a goal in my head, almost something that I made this person out to be something they weren't in my mind. And I had this thing in my mind that's like, I will it'll fix everything. Like one day I'll get with them, I'll do this and this. And yeah, I had put him on a pedestal, and I continued to let myself get treated terribly, awfully by this person. I had continued to take BS from them. I had continued to let them make me feel ways about myself that weren't quite true until I accepted them as my truth. And my message to you is to take that person off the pedestal. They are just as equal to you as any other person in the world. Every single person is equal. They are human just like you. They think, talk, act like a human. At the end of the day, you're never gonna get anything accomplished by chasing somebody who does not want you back. It's like something that I had realized that made me have like a fond little moment was I could look back on the memories with this person and the memories of everything I'd hoped for this person to be through a window that I will never cross again, but it's through a window that's like, that was lovely, you know? I had some fun moments, I had some fun times through all of those, through all of the treatment, through all of those bad things, through the learning experience, basically. But yeah, it was just bittersweet looking through that window in my mind and realizing I would never be there again. I'd never be there with that person again. And it was simultaneously freeing and a bit bitter. Not bitter, bittersweet. It had a kind of poetic twist to it in my mind, I think. But my message to you is, take that person off the pedestal. If they don't want you, stop chasing them. You You can't force people to stay in your life. You can't force people to date you. You can't force people to be anything they don't want to be to you. That's, first off, that's wrong. And second off, you're torturing yourself and you're probably making them uncomfortable. And it's a very excruciating thing to put yourself through, putting somebody else on this pedestal and chasing them for so long and trying to force them to be with you and trying to force them to try to take them. You can't force people to do anything. You can't do that. You have to let that go. You have to let that person go. You have to let that thing go that you've been holding on to so tightly, because anything you grip will evade you. Anything that you try to control and force will evade you. It will leave you. That's just how things work. And tell me why you should even want somebody who doesn't want you in the first place. Tell me why you should even want this person who you've put on the pedestal in the first place. Tell me why you're doing this. Maybe, for example, if they're treating you bad. Why would you want that person? I know it's hard. I know, of all people, that it is hard to let that one person go, to let that one thing go, to let that one situation go. But better things really, like, when people say better things are around the corner, they're not lying. It is so true. Whenever you let people and things and stuff go that aren't for you and that you're holding onto this friction for, to like try to keep them in your life or keep the thing in your life or keep whatever it is, whenever you're trying to force that, first off, you're hurting yourself, obviously, and second off, if this thing doesn't want you, if this thing doesn't like you, if this thing doesn't view you as an equal or mess with you, like, what are you doing? What are you doing? I just want you guys to sit on that, because this has personally been an incredibly difficult topic that I have dealt with for the past almost 6 years now. And this is very personal, and I'm almost kind of a bit uneasy putting this online, but I kind of just felt the need to make a video about this specifically today, of letting go what you know deep down does not want you, what you know isn't for you, just letting go. You can't force things. You can't keep a tight grasp on things. That's not how it works. You need to let go of whatever it is in your life that you are trying to force, or whatever it is in your life that whoever in your life that you're trying to force to be with you or force anything on, and just let it free, and whatever is right will come to you. Maybe it won't come to you, maybe you'll find it, and it won't be so difficult to hold on to. You won't even need to hold on to it. It'll just be there and be natural, and it'll be 10 times better than whatever the hell that last thing was that you were trying to keep, the last thing was that you were trying to grip onto. Because again, if you are gripping on and trying to force something, it's gonna evade you, it's gonna leave you, it's gonna run away. But yeah, never put somebody on a pedestal. They are just as equal as you. They're just as equal as you. They're not better than you in any sort of way. You're not better than them in any sort of way, but you're also not worse than them. You guys, every single person is literally equal. So take that boy off the pedestal. Take him off the pedestal. Ditch his ass. Ditch him. This could go reverse too. I'm just saying stuff. But like, you can also go for guys and girls. But yeah, whatever. Let go of that person. Let go of that thing. It can be so hard. I know, it can be so hard. But again, that better thing is coming for you. It will find you. It will find you. If you leave that scenario and take what you were supposed to learn from it, take whatever it taught you, and move on. But yeah, again, I feel I've repeated myself enough, and I hope this finds who it needs to, because this is definitely a more heavy topic, and definitely a more difficult and kind of gut-wrenching and heart-wrenching thing to learn and cope with. But yeah, the key also is once you leave that person, that thing, you can't go back to something similar and get attached to another person who's going to be just like that to you. You need to take what you're supposed to learn from them. Don't let people do that to you again. Anyway, I've gotta go. Peace and love, guys. Have a wonderful night. And let go.